Cindered Shadows, the Rite of Rising. Ah, Professor, to what do I owe this pleasure? Ah, yes, of course you do. I will gladly tell you all that I know. Where to begin? If you have something particular in mind, please ask and I shall answer as best I can. Kind and wise. I would often see her in the library, her nose always buried in a book. Gerald was very much then as he is now. His knights would have done just about anything for him. Whenever he had time to spare, he would instruct the children of the monastery in combat and tactics. Just like those wide-eyed youngsters, your mother and I made a hero of him in our minds. When I learned that Gerald and Citri were to be married, I was quite surprised. Back then, Gerald was something of a mentor to me. As for Citri, she found it difficult to express her emotions. It was only when she was gazing at Gerald that I ever saw her smile. A smile that rivaled the very sun. His tales of the outside world must have seemed like a lifeline for one as frail and guarded as she. Indeed, she lacked the strength to travel beyond the monastery. The only souls she ever spoke with were a select few within the monastery walls. I can picture it now. The stories he told her, his striking words, and his boisterous laugh. Listening to him must have given her a great deal of hope. As for me, I could never have become like Gerald, as much as I wished for it. I suppose I did. He would tell stories from a century ago as though he had lived them himself. No matter how fervently one studies the stories of old, that is no easy task. Professor, you traveled with Gerald before coming here. You must have seen a great many things, yes? Forgive me for overstepping, but do you not regret foregoing your travels to take up residence here? I see. Well, so long as you are satisfied, it is not my place to question your decision. To shape young minds must afford you a unique perspective on the world. I am certain my unsolicited advice is nothing but a nuisance, but please, hear me out. It is my hope that you will live a full life, experiencing the world, fostering strong relationships with people. Do so for dear Citri, whose wish to experience such things shall regretfully never be granted. I cannot deny it. It is my own stubborn notion, one that Her Grace will likely not think kindly of. Beyond my personal motive, I believe that you alone can guide my flock to even greater heights, and perhaps you will learn from them as well. But I have taken enough of your precious time. Know that I am here for you, always.
Pray tell, Yuri, did those foul bandits whom we bested at the arena confess to anything?
Not a word. And I wouldn't name names. I got the feeling they didn't know much themselves. However, one thing is clear. Whoever hired them is after something here in Abyss.
Yeah, that's gotta be it. They must have been on a treasure hunt or something.
A treasure hunt here? I don't get it. What is there to find in these dingy tunnels?
Elfric, was it? Looks like this is ringing a bell for you.
Well, something does come to mind, but the notion is preposterous at best.
Never discount a wild hunch. Sometimes they're closer to the truth than you'd think.
Any lead will do, so long as it helps determine our next course of action. Please, go on.
As you wish, though again, it is quite far-fetched. You see, there is a long-standing legend here. It is said that deep underground, below even Abyss, is a place called the Chasm of the Bound, wherein lies the chalice of beginnings.
I've never heard of it, but chances are it's some kind of sacred artifact belonging to the church.
I once happened upon an old document that mentioned a ritual called the Rite of Rising. The text was incomplete, so I was unable to achieve a full understanding of the topic. I cannot even guarantee the authenticity of what I read. But it stated that the Chalice of Beginnings is a sacred object, crafted by order of Saint Seros herself. Saint Seros apparently used the artifact to carry out the Rite of Rising, along with the 4 apostles. It is a ritual that is believed to have the power to resurrect a life that was lost. However, the ritual failed. The 4 apostles bound the chalice, so that it would never fall into a mortal's hands.
The Rite of Rising, huh?
Ah, yes! The Chalice of Legend! My father mentioned it to me a very long time ago. A secret treasure of the church. A chalice, powerful enough to resurrect the dead! Exhilarating, no?
Quite. It is no small wonder that people are after it.
Even so, we still don't have much to go on. We must gather more information about this legend at once.
I wholeheartedly agree. I will do all I can to track down more clues within the monastery. Although Garrick Mach's library is so well curated, I doubt any further records will be found.
Wondrous! We shall do all that we can as well.
The Ashen Wolves got their name from the beasts who guard the Blue Sea Star. The Archbishop named the house herself, in fact. In spite of that, it seems she looks unfavorably upon our house of late. This saddens me greatly.
I've got a lot of time on my hands down here, so I've been venturing even deeper underground. This place is loaded with winding paths and blocked-off tunnels. It's a real maze. Only a few folks even know how to operate the gate mechanisms and hidden passages. That's what I said. Activate the mechanism and the gates slam shut. Bang! Actually, I'll level with you. Yuri and Constance are much better at scoping out that kind of thing.
I've only had the chance to speak with Elfric briefly, but he seems like a respectable man. It's obvious the whole town has a lot of affection for him. Kind of reminds me of Lenato in that way.
Had a chance to poke your head in here, Professor? It's a fortune teller's room. Judging by all her mystical-looking doodads, I think she's the real deal, too. I wonder if she does matchmaking. Maybe she can help me sort through my countless suitors.
Well, well, the Imperial Princess, the Crown Prince, and the next Sovereign Duke. Must be exhausting trying to suss out each other's intentions, huh?
Nah, we get along great. I mean, we kinda have no choice. A petty squabble could start an all-out war. And it doesn't take a fancy title to have a hidden agenda. Isn't that right, Yuri?
Cheeky. And off base. What do you think, friend? Do you think I'm off plotting nefarious deeds? Brutally honest. I love it. Even so, that's a bit much, wouldn't you say? I do what I need to get by. Nothing more than that. As for the others, they've all got their own struggles. But they're nothing if not trustworthy.
Humbling yourself while promoting your friends. Gotta say, I don't hate this side of you.
Seems we're in mutual neutrality of one another. I like that you keep your cards close. We'll get along just fine, you and I.
Pardon the odd question, but something has been bothering me for a while now. Your hair. Was it always that color?
That is an odd question. But yes, if you must know, it was a different color when I was a child. How could you know that? Is it possible that we met before the academy? It's a long story. Now is not the time or place.
Yes, of course. My apologies.
You've only been on the job a few moons, huh? No wonder you don't come off as a mindless church flunky. Plus, you don't flap your trap all the time. I appreciate that. I hope you never change, no matter how many years you spend with the annoying people up there.
The record should be here some... Oh! Hello, Professor! It's good that you've come. I realized that I missed an opportunity to congratulate myself on my military achievements. But now that you're here, I have an audience for it. Indulge me, won't you? Oh, behold, the proof that the utmost honor in combat belongs to none other than I, Constance von Nouvelle. What a relief to get that off my chest. Now, where did Elfric get to? I must have words with him.
4 apostles. God, this is killing me. I'm on the verge of remembering something. I can't shake the feeling that one of their names is also a food or something.
The answer is no. I will not allow it. It is far too dangerous.
Ah, but if we can determine its origin, we may eliminate the very danger that vexes you.
You already know this, but there are plenty of folks down here who can't defend themselves. If these attacks keep up, eventually they'll find themselves in harm's way.
Yes, I am aware. However, for the time being, you must promise to refrain from acting recklessly. My dear Fluck has suffered enough as it is. You needn't take any further risks.
Surprisingly overbearing, isn't he? He must really care about you guys. Most certainly. Yet, if we fail to nip this problem in the bud, I shudder to think what will transpire. Aha! It's you! In the nick of time, as it were. Come, let us venture into the deep, deep underground. The chalice of legend awaits! Elfric told us all about it, and so we must locate this mystical place and grab hold of the waiting prize!
Coco, you didn't hear a word Elfie said, did you?
I surely did, but we must read between the lines. Elfric wants a solution as badly as we do. And so, we shall seek out the Chalice of Beginnings and present it to the church. If our enemies desire the object, this should halt all future attacks on Abyss. Brilliant, no?
I'm not so sure about that. According to legend, there's some kind of binding that protects it from would-be thieves. Even if we find it, we can't just walk up and take it unless we figure out how to break that thing.
Ah, but that is simplicity itself. We shall first ascertain whether it is still bound, and then we shall release it.
But where is this chasm anyway? I've never even heard of the place, much less seen it.
As luck would have it, I have discovered yet another secret passage. It appears to go deep underground. According to my superior instincts, it undoubtedly leads to the Chasm of the Bound.
Huh. I suppose it's worth a look. I don't care about finding some old cup, but if it could help us protect Abyss, I'll support the cause.
You surface dwellers do not have anything else to do at present, do you? You'll assist us, will you not?
I don't have anything scheduled before my next nap, so I guess that's fine. Edelgard doesn't look too thrilled, though.
Splendid! It is decided. We leave at once.
Feeling pretty lost right now. How long have we been walking? I'm guessing a full week.
A week? Ridiculous. It's been a few hours at most.
Exaggerations aside, if this takes much longer, I'm concerned about our lack of food and water.
She's got a point. How about we trek a bit farther, and if we don't find anything, we turn back?
Constance, I find it rather curious how quickly you became fixated on the chalice. Care to explain?
Oh, No. Why would I be fixated on a silly little legend for some supposed ulterior motive?
You want the esteem. You think this will convince the church to help you restore your fallen house.
How could you possibly know that? Have you been snooping within the confines of my very mind?
I shall restore House Nouvelle to its former glory at all costs. It's practically your catchphrase.
Aha! Just as I suspected. Constance is the former lady of House Nouvelle. In a sense, until just a few years ago, it was a house of viscounts in the west of the Empire.
House Nouvelle lost its status 5 years ago, as a result of their part in the war.
Huh. You speak as though it has nothing to do with you.
I fear all I can do is ask forgiveness in place of my useless father. If doing so will comfort you in any way, then please accept my...
Save your breath. That will not be necessary. There is only one thing that I desire. For the sake of my parents, who fell courageously and selflessly in defense of the Empire. For them, I shall restore our status, revive House Nouvelle, and return it to its former glory. All that I do, even spending each day advancing my magical prowess, is to that end.
And in reward for all that hard work, you were forced to live underground. Life's cruel. It's like you took a shortcut back to the starting line. Or maybe you're just unlucky.
What are you saying? I never intended to share that side of me with you.
Look at that. It's a good thing we didn't turn back. That looks mighty chasm-like, if you ask me.
Say, are we beneath the bridge in the monastery? Incredible.
Huh. I never thought I'd be gazing up at that bridge we've crossed 1,000 times from way, way down below.
Are we sure this is the right place?
It is, I think. I believe. I hope.
Constance, why are you hiding in the shade? Aren't you the one who insisted that we find the chalice?
Fine. If you insist that I join you, then I shall. Satisfied? Oh my. I was quite rude just now. Please accept my humble apologies for treating you so foully. I presume too much to stand beside such noble paragons. Allow me to dig a hole to bury myself in.
No matter how deep underground we are, I guess sunlight is still sunlight. Poor Constance.
This is what Coco's like in the sun. That's why she lives underground.
I fear I cannot guarantee that this is the chasm of the bound. I have almost surely wasted our time.
Enough with the self-doubt, yeah? Just put one foot in front of the other. We'll have you back in the shadows before you know it.
Cheer up, Coco. We need you.
And now I have forced you into a state of pity. I feel so very worthless.
I admit, I have never seen anything quite like this before. Is there nothing we can do to help?
Happy? Keep Constance moving. If we don't start searching, we'll never find that damn chalice.
Fine, I'll just push her a bit, I guess.
I must ask you to cease. You shall soil your hands upon my filthy back. No soap could possibly... Huh? This feeling. I sense magic in the air. There is something just ahead. The binding spell, perhaps.
I don't feel anything at all. Wait. Actually, I hear something. Something big. And it's moving.
Perhaps there is something in place that is guarding the chalice.
Yikes. What is that thing? It's like some kind of gigantic toy.
I don't have the slightest idea what's going on, but I know it doesn't bode well.
I don't know, could be fun. It's been a while since I've met an enemy that can put up a good fight. Hey you! Meet your master, pal. I'm gonna pummel you into my own personal shield. What's the deal? No matter how many we squash, more just take their place.
If those things were created to protect the chalice, there must be a way to deactivate them.
If I may presume to offer my opinion, the statues may warrant scrutiny.
There must be a way to activate those things. I bet they require some type of key.
You who defile this sacred place, leave now or perish.
Sacred place? Sounds like the chasm of the bound, all right.
I think I might have found the key. That thing over there is carrying it around.
been better, could have been worse.
Now that feels good.
Vanquish the fools.
Our failure to use caution is most regrettable. I'm certainly paying the price for it now. Ugh.
One key, multiple keyholes. Must be a fellow schemer.
Agreed. This is just the sort of trap your crafty brain would dream up.
You never had a chance. I will get stronger yet.
At least you're no coward. Stronger the better.
It's not luck, it's fate.
Life doesn't always go as planned.
Close call, but we did it. Our efforts paid off.
There's something drawn on the rock over there. They look like crests. Whoa, what's going on?
My crest. Oh, but look at the stone. There's light streaming from it.
Look! There's something in that opening.
Oh, can it be?
Is that?
You would know best. It is beyond my ken whether that is the chalice. Curse my ignorance.
Answer the question, will ya? Is it or isn't it?
That quaking earlier. Some kind of containment magic related to the crests was in place here. Whether intentionally or not, the chalice was released. I hesitate to suggest that those things were the cause. Oh, perhaps one of our crests was the key to unbinding the chalice.
Care to summarize that?
My apologies. I have caused you undue vexation by speaking so incomprehensibly. Were I to venture a tentative guess, I would say that this is indeed the Chalice of Beginnings.
You could have just said, this is it, all right.
Forgotten crests resembling those of the four apostles, depicted on a sealed rock wall. Objects that resemble holy armaments, and a chalice that gathers magic all on its own. I don't know of any other legends that cover all of that, so this must be the chalice we're looking for.
1,000 thank yous for covering my own inadequacy with such a competent explanation.
I'm still not used to hearing you speak in such a manner.
Forgive me, Your Highness. If I have displeased you, please take my life as a small gesture of atonement.
Oh, your highest of highnesses, I doth humbly beg of thee to find forgiveness within your royal heart.
Stop fooling around, Claude. And Constance, I assure you there is nothing to forgive.
I hear thunder. Rain is soon to follow.
We'd better head back to Abyss before the storm hits us.
Ugh, it happened yet again. Why must my good intentions always... Huh? What was that sound? It cannot be!
Cindered shadows. Danger in the dark.
My poor abused legs. I have been remiss to neglect my lower body exercise as of late.
Don't give up. We're almost back to Abyss. What a damn mess we've gotten ourselves into.
We should give up. Just throw the chalice at the big one and be done with it. It doesn't seem like they're gonna ease off. If that doesn't work, I guess we're dead.
I think not. I shall never surrender. I shall not die until I have achieved my glorious aim.
Crying out loud. Those creepy toy things must love a good chase. They won't let up.
Not to mention the enemies that look like phantoms. For their measures to protect the chalice, I'm sure. Maybe Happy's right. And this won't stop so long as we have the artifact.
We can't lead them back to Abyss, or the people there will be in danger.
Agreed. But first, let's run just a bit farther. I know a good place to keep the enemy at bay.
Oh yeah, the gates! They're so damn sturdy, I nearly broke my priceless fist on one once.
You punched one? Like a brute? Ugh, why must you always behave in such an infantile manner?
He probably thought that was the best way to test its sturdiness. He doesn't have bad intentions, he's just that dumb.
Ballface, if you broke the mechanism, I'm sacrificing you to the creepy doll.
The enemy's caught up to us. If we try to go up against it, we're finished.
That thing's worse than what we saw at the chasm. Looks strong enough to flatten me. Me, of all people.
The gate! Even I won't be able to force it open. This is bad. There's more where that came from, too. Come on, let's go. Now.
Oh my, I believe this to be a shortcut, but the way seems closed.
He wants to do us a favor and pull the lever, though you might get left behind. I put in some work.
Victory. I could have been sleeping this whole time.
I must steel myself.
It really closed, didn't it? Good thing we made it through in time. Keep moving. That was just the first of these things.
Said they came back. Did you find the treasure majig? Treasure thingy? Whatever it's called. Doesn't matter. Hand it over.
These bandits are discussing treasure. How much can they have surmised?
No idea. All I know is they're here, so we're gonna have to fight them.
Shame.
Better accept it.
Who's next?
Nighty night. We'll not be getting away here. Fork it over!
Ah, more baddies? I'm already soaking in sweat. Read the room, lady.
Ghost will kill me if anything happens to you. Be careful, yeah? Too weak. It's good to be king.
shall compensate.
The gate closed. Hurry, everyone! No time to dawdle! Witness my power!
Is that all?
It's not luck, it's fate. That takes care of that. And last but not least...
Run through this gate, open that one, run through another one. Sheesh. That's enough gates to last me a lifetime. I'm overdue for some shut-eye.
All is well, though. We've safely retrieved the Chalice of Beginnings.
Well, that was awful. I'm never going back down there, that's for damn sure.
With things like that wandering around, you couldn't even if you wanted to.
Aren't you optimistic? There were a few times I was sure we were done for.
Has Elfric yet returned? We must present the chalice to the church at once.
You're all safe? How could you sneak off at a time like this?
Some strangers from the outside have kidnapped Master Elfric!
Elfric? No, it cannot be true.
It happened as soon as he returned from the monastery. Bandits were lying in wait.
Damn it! How could this happen?
This was clearly premeditated. I am certain it is connected to the bandits we fended off earlier.
Have you alerted the church?
Not yet. It all happened so suddenly. Do you think we should? Can we trust them? If we cause too much trouble, Abyss is doomed.
Now isn't the time to worry about that. We're in no position to cover something like this up. The church has eyes and ears everywhere, so they may already know what's going on. Either way, go and tell them the news. Now.
Sure thing. Understood.
Also, if anyone was wounded, send them here. We'll patch them up with healing magic. Wait, where's Happy? And Linhardt?
Happy, wherever did you disappear to? Elfric has been...
I know. Take a look at this.
What's that? Looks like some kind of fancy letter.
That's because it is. It was lying in the classroom. We have abducted Cardinal Elfric. We can guarantee his safety, for now. If you want to help him, meet us tomorrow evening in the ruins of the old chapel. Bring the chalice. Know that if you alert the knights, the Cardinal's life will be forfeit.
No doubt about it. This letter must have been left by the people who abducted Elfric.
Then our enemy really is after the chalice. All the while, they were waiting for us to locate it for them. No, no! Something about this does not ring true.
None of it rings true. So which part in particular are you talking about?
How did the enemy know that we were searching for the chalice to begin with? This can only mean that someone in Abyss is...
You smell a rat. Someone who notified the church of our plan. It's no good talking about theoretical rats right now. First we have to deal with the problem at hand.
Too true. For once you are speaking reasonably.
Things were dicey for a bit there. Gotta say, I'm relieved that no harm befell anyone in Abyss. I've made sure that the elderly and children are hidden in their homes. They need to stay safe. Nothing right now, but I might call on you for a favor later. So that's the deal. People are safe for now. But I can't shake the feeling that something's just off. All we can do at this point is focus on the problem staring us in the face.
We've got to get Alfie back. I was abducted once, when I was younger. My captor used me as a test subject in her twisted experiments. Maybe we can just give them the chalice and they'll release him unharmed.
Might I have a word? It concerns the blackguards who abducted Elfric. I alluded to it before, but I sincerely believe there is a spy in Abyss. We're in agreement then? Yuri is exceedingly devoted to his friends, but there are times that he can be a bit too trusting.
If you ask me, we can't expect to just mosey on by, hand over the chalice, and make it out alive. Nothing sounds better than saving Elfric and roughing up the jerks who took him. It's just, well, as the relentless king of grappling, I'll be fine. But I'm worried about the others.
Elfric's been taken hostage. Who could do such a dishonorable thing? It doesn't matter. Abyss needs him. We've got to form a rescue party. I just hope we're not getting in over our heads. We don't exactly know what we're dealing with.
The identities of the Cardinals are a closely guarded secret of the Church. Yet Elfric's status was disclosed in that letter. Could this signal a power struggle within the Church? Or perhaps that's what they want us to believe. Either way, we should pay close attention.
We were hoping that Chalice would protect Abyss, but it's the reason Elfric got captured. That's ironic. The people here really adore him. I'm sure they'd appreciate our help getting him back. Then again, are we getting too involved? Maybe we should leave before we make things any worse.
So it turns out old Elfric is a cardinal, huh? Hard to imagine such an important figure getting abducted. And whoever took him somehow knows we have the chalice. I bet they know how to use the thing, too. I doubt they just plan to decorate their mantle with it.
According to the legend that Elfric shared with us, the chalice has the power to bring back the dead. Are his captors hoping to resurrect someone? Or perhaps they simply intend to sell it for an exorbitant payoff.
I was speaking with Happy earlier, and it dawned on me that she may possess a unique crest. Perhaps it's linked to the Four Apostles. If so, then in the chasm... No, there isn't enough to back that up. Oh, sorry, Professor. I need to think on this longer before sharing my theories.
We really lucked out there. Fewer injuries than I would have expected, and most were minor.
I suppose the only conclusion we can draw is that they really were after Elfric all this time.
Perhaps they were instructed to avoid unnecessary casualties.
Is that Elfric guy really a cardinal? Are the secret cardinals really a thing? I thought that was a myth.
Hard to believe. Did you folks in the Ashen Wolves know that?
No, that's news to me. The identity of the Cardinals is top secret, even within the Church. He never would have told us something like that. Oh, except maybe Yuri.
He and I talk about a lot of things. But right now, I'd say we have more important topics to discuss than his title. Elfric's been kidnapped. What are we going to do about it?
Even if it is in the name of rescuing him, we simply cannot hand over the chalice to those scoundrels.
Let's just give them the thing and be done with it.
Professor, I came as fast as I could when I heard the report. I had no idea you'd be here.
Is this loud, excitable knight a friend of yours?
Precisely so. I'm Alois, right-hand man to the former captain of the Knights of Saros, Geralt.
Oh my, that means our professor here is the child of a captain.
Now, about Elfric's kidnapping. Since he's an important member of the Church, we must use any means necessary to find him. That said, most of the Holy Knights have been deployed to deal with the Western Church.
Sure, but any knights are better than no knights, yeah?
I like your attitude, though I'm still embarrassed that we're not in full force. But hey, at least we're quite forceful.
Here, take this letter. We believe it was left by whoever kidnapped the Cardinal. In it, the enemy clearly spells out their plan. They're after a chalice that was hidden beneath Abyss.
A chalice? A chalice? Ah, do you mean the chalice? But no, why would it be there? I've never heard anything about it being stowed away in Abyss.
Then this is gonna come as a shock, pal.
What in the goddess's name? Is that really the chalice from the legends?
The probability of that is unassailably high, yes.
It was guarded by a bunch of giant creepy toys. There was powerful magic protecting it and everything.
If you say so. Wow. That means the story about the chalice being bound was true. Well, what's done is done. Oh, but I guess it's not done just yet. I must report this to Lady Rhea at once.